Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we show you a lot of useful and interesting information about Benidorm and surrounding area. Today it's time for the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm's town. First of all, we'll be talking about the situation, and we have some very important news to give today. The situation in Spain is maintaining more or less on the same level as it used to do a few days ago. There is no high rise of cases, and taking into consideration that we don't really monitorize the amount of new cases day by day, it's getting way easier, to be honest with you. Right now, the only thing that we check is the hospitals and ICU units percentage rate, so that we could actually see how many severe cases or mild to severe cases are happening in Spain, and this is showing us what the situation in the hospitals actually is. Apart from that, everything is basically back to normal. No quarantine if case is confirmed, no massive tests, nothing at all. The only last measure, as you all do know here in Spain, is the travel form and the masks on the indoors. The president of Spain, Pedro Sánchez, has declared officially yesterday in the press conference that the masks will be eliminated very soon, and each day it's one less day for that day to come. The experts of Ministry of Health did say that it's very probable, and there is a huge chance that after the 6th of April, which is when all the ministers and all the regions will gather together to see what they will be doing with the masks and take this very important decision finally. If they will decide to do so, probably this change, the elimination of this last restriction, will be produced at the end of April. As for the travel restrictions and travel forms, as you all know, it's still obligatory to register on the Spanish website to obtain the QR code that you will need to show when you travel at the airport, for example. What the government is thinking right now, it's not something confirmed just yet, but once the masks will stop being obligatory, probably in May, it's when the traveling form will not be necessary anymore. So even unvaccinated people, just without any kind of testing, probably will be able to travel. However, for that, we need to wait a few more weeks to know for sure if it's going to be happening in May or slightly later on. This is basically the situation right now here in Spain and in our Valencian community region. We don't know how many cases there are. We don't really care, to be honest with you. We want to recover our lives. Obviously, people are taking all the necessary precautions if they want to. People are wearing masks outdoors if they want. Inside, of course, in the public transport, people sanitize their hands. They're maintaining social distancing because we are used to do so. It's been more than 2 years since this pandemic hit us. All people living here are used to maintain these safety requirements, safety measures, even though they're not obligatory anymore. So we take necessary precautions, but we are happy that Spain finally is moving forward, because the economy is suffering a lot and people who are living here are suffering quite a lot, because it's been a long time since we did not have a normal life. The second news comes from our Benidorm's bus station. The building work has officially started in the Benidorm's bus station. What they are doing is that they're removing all the provisional walls, as you can see on this picture, and they are cleaning everything, sanitizing. They're taking all the litter, all the garbage, all the unnecessary things that should not be there, and they're placing new temporary walls to close it down. Obviously, this is something that they've been doing for a really long time, and after a few months, everything is a true disaster once again. However, maybe this time they will close it down properly so that people will not be able to go inside, and there will be no vandalism more in the Benidorm bus station, because lately it was just impossible and police was arriving there at least a few times a day. The responsible for this new reform is the company that has owned the right to work in the Benidorm bus station, that was responsible for its activity, is the one who will pay for all this, because all this damage was caused while they were, let's say, the main management for the Benidorm's bus station. So obviously they need to take care of it before they go and the new company overtakes the bus station. Once the necessary reform and refurbishment is done, which by the way will cost more or less 287 100,000 euros, which is quite a lot amount of money, but Benidorm Bus Station is quite big, so it needs desperately this and even more money than that. Once this is over, this management company will need to abandon Benidorm Bus Station forever, and this bus station will be so far the property of the Municipal Hall of Benidorm, and later on they are looking forward to give it to a new company, and hopefully it will revive the Benidorm Bus Station. It will be clean, nice and tidy back again, which might as well attract the new companies to put and place their offices or shops in the bus station. But what Benidorm Municipal Hall is hoping for, and all people who live here as well as tourists are hoping for, is to see the bus station slightly more clean, neat and tidy, and without a lot of holes, a lot of garbage and vandalism, and people living inside of these offices or shop areas, as well as seeing elevators and escalators working, because a lot of them are not. Hopefully this change and this transformation will slowly but surely attract new businesses that will want to place their offices and shops inside of the Benidorm's bus station once again. It's a very difficult and slow process. However, hopefully slowly but surely things will get better, and tourists will not be afraid to frequent Benidorm Bus Station for their visits and trips. And the last news is very, very important, not for now, however, for the future and safety of Benidorm coastal area. Benidorm will be one of the 10 cities here in Europe to test the climate resilience program of European coastal cities. This is an extremely important project which will be starting right now. The main objective of this project, the main claim and cause of it, is obviously to protect our coastal area and to make sure that in the future we will still have the beach here, and even if the water level will rise and the sea level will rise, Benidorm will not disappear below the sea and below the water. Which is why right now in a lot of different parts of Europe there are commissions, people living in the cities, citizens themselves, as well as different organizations and professionals are gathering together to give some ideas, to check the actual levels, to check the scientific data, to make sure that they know what to do when the time comes to protect our towns. Not only Benidorm, however, all this coastal area from floods and different natural climate disasters that are happening actually way more than they used to do a few years ago. More or less 12 countries of Europe are participating in this innovative and very, very important project for us. And here you can see some pictures of how this summit, this organization and this project is looking like from the inside. Basically, it's a meeting where everyone can participate and bring their useful ideas to help for our region and a lot more coastal cities of Europe to survive through decades and decades. And of course, let's talk about what's waiting for us here in Benidorm region and in Spain in general during these next couple of days, especially if you will be coming on holidays. The weather is so nice today, even though the weather forecast is saying that there'll be only 16-17 degrees here. However, right now it's more or less 20 to 21 on the sunshine. A lot of people are coming to the beach areas to enjoy and spend time with their family, just to have a nice walk or stay at the beach and enjoy the views. In a lot of parts in Spain, it will be very, very sunny, as here today. It might be just a little bit of rain or even snow in some points. However, South Spain and Mediterranean area will be just perfect time. Tomorrow, even better than today, because we'll have way more of a sunshine and less of the clouds. And in general, all the weekend we'll have just amazing weather to explore our lovely Benidorm's town and surrounding area. So if you're coming here, take some comfortable shoes and wear so you could spend a lot of time walking and wandering around. The temperatures are changing a little bit. There is a cold air mass coming from Atlantic region, and especially it will be affecting north and center parts of Spain, which is why there it will be snowing. Some points right now will have -3 degrees. However, here 20 to 21. Alicante, more or less the same. Barcelona 14, Granada 15, Malaga 20, Sevilla the same. Madrid 10, Murcia 17, Balearic Islands 14, Canary 21 to 22, and Valencia more or less 16 degrees. Tomorrow, the temperatures will be decreasing even more than they did today, and especially in the north parts, where we'll have up until -10 during the day in some of the areas. And of course, there'll be way more of the snow. Here, the decrease will be of approximately 4 to 5 degrees. And starting from Wednesday, ideal weather back again with more or less 20 to 22 degrees. This was it for today, my dears. I hope you enjoyed watching today's latest news update from Spain and Benidorm town. And I'll see you on Sunday with a new interesting video here on the channel. Greetings from sunny Benidorm.